as the winds find us. Yeah. I will shield you from the pain, from thunder and the rain. My strength will never change, and my love will never fade away. We could be like fire. No one could put us out. We burn so bright, and they will compromise just to feel the energy of our life. Yeah, we could burn like fire, 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 fire. Yeah, we could burn like fire, 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 fire. What you waiting for? What you waiting for? What you waiting for? What you waiting for?
Good morning. I'm late. That's life. How's everybody doing today? I was not going to get up this morning. I'll be completely honest with you. I've been so tired lately. And last night, I was sweating my ass off all night. I don't even know what that was about. Ascension symptoms. Sorry about the light in the background. This is just what we are dealing with right now. How's everybody doing today? I thought yesterday was Thursday. It's crazy. All day long, I thought yesterday was Thursday until the end of the day, and then somebody told me it was Wednesday. I was like, really? Wow. So happy Thursday today. I hope your morning is off to a good start. My morning is I woke up this morning. I woke up. I didn't want to get up. I had my excuses, but my alarm went off for damn near 2 hours before I finally said, okay, I still have time. I can do this. I've been really tired. The baby's not been, his schedule is changing. And so I have to adjust my schedule along with his. Fortunately, my daughter, that's 1.5 years, she's actually sleeping through the night. She hasn't even woke up yet. So I'm sure that will be happening at some point this morning. And I may end up having to either leave the broadcast or actually just close out. Jenny, thank you so much. I'm so glad you found this channel too, and welcome. First time. And I'm glad I actually got up this morning and got on my broadcast. Oh, all right. Are you going to let me put you down? Good morning. I should call that light. All right. Need a chair for mommy, okay? Gonna hang out. Do I have any spit up on me this morning? Being a mom. Spit up on my shirt. Got to carry one of these around. Moms, you know what I'm talking about. Look at my stuff. So glad to be here. Do you just want me to hold you? Is that what it is? These children are, why is that light on? Children are like this just high vibration, and really he can just lift my vibe like that fast just by smiling at me. It's so awesome. Honey. Where's your binky? Again, I started this broadcast and I'm just gonna, do my kitchen stuff on this broadcast with you. Hey, normally what I like to do is get all my stuff done the day before. I literally have dishes all over the counter. That Lazy Susan's open. I had to take everything out of the Lazy Susan because my daughter, she goes through all of it. God bless you. She goes through and pulls everything out. I'm getting tired of having to pick up after her. So, and we can't put a lock. There's locks on all the other cabinets. We can't put a lock on that one. Thank you. Thank you for that. He is precious. What's up, honey? He is a different kind for sure. Like, it's so weird. I've been a single mom and having just one child for 10 years and having two more children. It's honestly, it's surreal that I have more children. And it's so crazy how their personalities are so different. Like, he is a little like cuddle bug. She is so independent. She's like, don't touch me. Let me do my thing. Leave me alone. She loves being outside. She has to go outside every day. If she's not okay, if she doesn't get to go put her feet on the ground. So that's something that I've been doing, getting to spend quality time with myself and allowing her to, have her freedom and I just kind of like let her walk around the yard, and we have a big property, and I just kind of follow her around at a distance and let her have her space so that she can explore and be independent. But this one, he is not okay to be left alone for too long. Like, he has to talk to somebody. And if you sit down there and pay attention to him, he will talk his little butt off. And he is just so happy. He smiles all the time. I mean, he's sitting right here smiling at me. He thinks I'm cute being on YouTube. Oh, Jenny, you will see my other children because if I'm doing this broadcast during the day, they like walk through here while my daughter will walk in, she'll go and then turn around and walk out, my oldest. They're funny. So, quality time. We look at, there's this concept of quality time in romantic relationships or, courting relationships. Are you okay? And lately, I mean, for as long as I can remember, the last couple of relationships, my husband and the relationships I've had before that, it's like there is no quality time, because even when you're out on a date, they're in their phone or you're in your phone or both, And so there's always these distractions. And I've noticed that I'm trying to block this light. It's terrible. It's so hard to do this in the camera because it's backwards. So I'm like, which way do I move? So there are so many distractions. And when it's time, I need to just like put something back there. When it's time to sit down and be with yourself, do you feel the urge to pick up your phone and check social media? And so me being a content creator and a coach and having, having an audience, and I post things, I still have this addiction to, I don't know. I mean, I thought I was over it, jumping on my phone and looking at how many people have responded, how many likes did I get. But I'm doing that again. I'm noticing, I'm aware that I'm starting to do that. And you okay? I think he just wants attention. He's like over here fake coughing so that I'll pay attention to him. And he smiles. He knows what he's doing. But we have all of these distractions. This is not a distraction for me. He's so cute. But all of these electronic things, I mean, I can't think of anything else in my life. No, I take that back. Smoking. I don't smoke cigarettes. I would never. I mean, I've done that when I was like really young, and I quit when I was really young. But I have smoked. I smoke cannabis, and I'm trying to figure out, what this need in me. What am I trying to say? Why I have this need to smoke, because there's some need. And doing this inner work it's a lot of fun. It can be confusing. I sit with it a lot, trying to figure out what. Okay, come here. Okay, okay, I got you. Come on, bend your knees. We're just gonna sit here with him. He just wants to be. He just wants to be. So, you okay now? As long as he's not left alone, he's okay. Anyways, I try to sit with this and try to figure out what all of these distractions are for. What am I hiding from? Or what am I ignoring? Because that's if you are allowing yourself to be distracted, then you're trying not to address something, you're trying to ignore something. And a lot of times it's just being with ourselves in, the stillness, which I haven't considered having that issue. And I'm rambling now. I'm sorry. Lost my train of thought. Yeah, that's it. It does. It does. No, now that you say that, I being in Facebook all day long, it's like you're living through the lens of social media. I need to just like turn. Why are you leaving your head down? You're living through this lens of social media, and you're not really in the present moment. It's so weird. So I have, on that note, just so you know, taken like kind of been fasting from social media, even though I'm a content creator. So I do try to post something, content wise and inspiration and motivation for, or, like a little bit of information that, can help educate people. But then I get off and I don't scroll anymore. The last couple of days, that's what I've been doing, not really being, and having a presence on social media. And it does feel a lot better. That's awesome that it's legal. I don't know. It's so stupid that it's not legal here. When I went to Sedona last month, it was so cool because when I got to Phoenix, I went right to a dispensary and bought some, walked out. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so weird to having legally purchased cannabis for the first time in my entire life. And I've been smoking since I was like 13. So it was definitely strange. And it'll be nice when it's legal everywhere, and it should be. My husband grows plants, and we're gonna have a little greenhouse and have stuff growing, because purchasing, I know this is completely off topic, but we are talking about this. So purchasing cannabis on the street, you don't know who grew it, what they did to it, what soil it was grown in, what chemicals they may have put on it. So you don't know what you're getting. So that's why I'm like telling my husband, we should probably grow it ourselves, because cannabis actually cleans out the soil. So it will take up anything to clean out the soil. They actually use cannabis to clean up, where did I read this? Because I don't want to give you like information that's not accurate. They use it to clean out the soil. I don't know where they've used it. I've read this somewhere, and I'll have to find that again, and we can talk about it in a later video. But yeah, it does take up like, chemicals and metals from the soil, so you could be, putting that in your body by smoking stuff that you just buy from a random drug dealer on the street. Unless you're going to be getting, which you're in Canada, so it's legal. So you're probably getting it from like medical facility, which that's a little different because it's all done in a lab. Which my thoughts on that are, the whole genetic modification, and I'm curious as to how that affects, because I know GMOs are a big no-no in the food we eat. Good morning, Justin a Bubble. Lovely to see you. Good morning, Stacy. Thank you I'm glad you made it here this morning. Hey, I sent you an email, so if you want to do a call, just respond to the email and I'll add it to my calendar. Hmm. If I mean, again, it's okay if they're growing it and it's in really clean soil and no chemicals are being used as pesticides on the plant. But I don't know if people aren't, if you're growing it outside, which we do, we start them inside and then we take them outside. Um, what was I saying? If you're doing it inside, you're not having to spray anything on it because of bugs. But if it's outside, you do have to protect it. So I had to have my husband look up and find a recipe for something he can spray on it that won't affect the plant. It won't affect us when we smoke it. Not that it won't affect the plant because it protects it, I guess, but it's chemicals, it's poisonous. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You get it. You get what I'm trying to say. Oh my God. What the hell? That is terrible. Hold on, my cat, she won't stop meowing until I let her in. She's a little crybaby sometimes. Good morning. Come on. Yeah. Hi. How was your night? Please don't jump up here. That's crazy that it was soaked in hairspray. I mean, what person? It's like doing that, the person that did that, it's like they did not care about who was going to smoke it. I mean, what would that do? Obviously, you realized that it was soaked in hairspray before you smoked it. Did you tell your friend that you wanted your money back? Because I would have. That is just nuts. So when I spend time with myself, this whole concept of quality time, the whole relationships and how we rarely view the relationship with ourselves like we view a relationship with someone else, a friend or a significant other. And so when it comes to quality time, I don't think that we really get the time, our me time tends to not be as good quality as it should be. And that's because we get distracted. I do it when I sit down to meditate or sit in silence. I am like reaching for my phone. And I'll have to stop myself. I'll reach for my phone and, oh, I need to put a song on. And then I get distracted from that and get on social media. And then I end up scrolling for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? Put the phone down and be present and breathe and bring yourself to the present moment and sit with yourself and get your thoughts out, whether you're typing them or if this thing that we can't live without, I'm telling you, or I have notes on here. So I've turned off all notifications on my phone, so I don't get notifications from social media or anything else on my phone, anything except for text messages and calls. But I have notes in here that I will sometimes get in. You see what he's like biting my hand? I will sometimes get in my phone and put notes so that I don't forget. Like if I have a thought that's like profound, I'm like, I need to document that. So I put it in my notes. Or sometimes in the morning, I'll document my dream while I'm still in bed on my phone. But not having those distractions. When you sit down to focus on you, turn everything else off, because quality time with yourself makes a world of difference. I've noticed that when I sit down and I start getting distracted, it doesn't feel good. And like right here in my solar plexus, it doesn't feel good. And I feel not in reality. What I was saying earlier about living through the lens of social media, because I post pictures and that's what people see and that's what they think my life is in this linear, like how I post. When I post things, I post pictures sometimes from last month. Like I used to, like, I snap a picture and it's like I have to post this picture right now and create a post for it. But I recycle pictures now. I don't post exactly what I'm doing that day because, I'll take a picture and I get overwhelmed, where I'm wanting to do this and post and my family needs me and they need me to be present for them too. You need to be present for yourself, but you need to be present for everybody in your life. I know you're not hungry. You just ate. My goodness. I can't even imagine smoking something like that. Back when I was a kid, I would hear stories about them lacing the cannabis with embalming fluid. What do these people, like, where do they come up with this stuff? Let's put embalming fluid on it. Like, they don't think of what that's going to do to somebody. It could have a serious consequence for some people. Things are settling down. Still really looking forward to connecting with you. Well, I'm always here, and there's no rush. Life gets in the way sometimes, and that's okay. Take care of what's going on at home, and when you have some time, and I will be here. There is no rush. If you want to talk, just email me, and we can correspond that way for a little bit. You guys are awesome. I'm so glad I have like regulars now that are in my chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you. What? I just love how babies use your hand to have a chewing little chew toy. Like this part of your knuckle right here, they like gnaw on it. So this morning, this is going to be a short broadcast because I have to have time to do my journaling before all the other babies get up. But hey, yesterday, so I didn't get on yesterday. I was supposed to do a live yesterday, and then I just got up late and then was like, so it's so important to listen to your body and don't go and stress yourself out and run your immune system down, because you're ultimately going to end up feeling like shit. And lately I've been exhausted. I've been so tired. And so, waking up early this has been a struggle for me, which is why I'm so adamant about doing it, because it's a challenge. I used to wake up so early in the morning. I'm a morning person. I really am. I'm like bright and early. I'm bubbly. And everybody else is like, oh, what is wrong with you? My husband, he doesn't like it. But fortunately, he works for UPS and he gets up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. He's gone. And then I have the morning to myself. Hey. What's going on? What's going on? You guys smile for everybody? No? But having that time to sleep in on days, if you're tired, listen to your body and rest. This is, being a personal trainer for years, I worked myself to death. Prior to being a personal trainer, I was working for a company where I worked from 7 in the morning until 7 at night. My daughter was in daycare, my oldest, the entire time. And it's just it's not really healthy to work that much, and working out that much creates there is such thing as overtraining syndrome, and it will make you sick physically, knocking your immune system down. And so, you train smarter, not harder, and you rest your body so that your body can repair. Hey, what's going on? You ready to do something? No. Do you have a dirty diaper for me to change? More dirty diapers this morning? And so yesterday I rested. So normally my alarm is set for like 3 a.m. so I can get up and do everything before the broadcast. But that's only because I was like, I have to get up and I have to wash my hair and I have to do my makeup and I have to look pretty for camera. And I'm like, you know what? This is me. This is real. And so this is what I'm going to start doing. If I don't get a shower before I get up, at least I brushed my teeth. Yeah, the embalming fluid. I don't know if I've ever smoked anything with embalming fluid on it. I may have when I was really young and I didn't, but I don't recall a memory specifically of how I felt after smoking it. But I remember them talking about it. And again, a memory is popping in my head of a time when they said that the stuff we were smoking was laced with embalming fluid. It tasted weird, really weird. Some people are just so wrong for doing that, putting it on there. Like, I think that they put stuff on there to make it heavier so that when it weighs out, you have to pay more. That's so manipulative and wrong. But yes, smoking for me is a bit of a distraction these days. Not that it's okay, there is a purpose and it is absolutely medicinal. Yeah, corporate sucks. I quit that shit a long time ago. I will never go back to working for somebody else ever. And so if you're working for somebody, anybody that's watching this and deep down inside you want to do something else, hit me up because I got a plan for you. It's just because we're different kind of people, I remember being in that life and wanting to get over on people because it was all about survival and survival of the fittest and whatever you can do to get ahead. Right? Not anymore. I am definitely not in 3D anymore. Hi, Mystic Mimi. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for joining me and joining all of us. And it will. You keep at it. These affirmations. So I found this author. Her name is Louise Hay. Is anybody here familiar with Louise Hay's work? She, I've heard her voice before. I have the audiobook. And I remember this lady from several years ago. I don't know if I heard her work before, why I didn't act on it, because what I'm listening to now, I'm just like, wow, this is so profound, because it all boils down to self-love. And that's what this morning show is about, self-love. And that's the key. That's the key to manifesting the life that you want and manifesting anything that you want. Because the truth is, the reason why we don't have, even though we're like positive thoughts, like all the time, is because we have these core beliefs that are they're subconscious, and we don't feel like we're enough, because it all comes back to how you were raised, and what was imprinted on you at as you were a baby and growing up. Anyway, so this art author, Louise Hay, that's what she talks about. So I highly recommend checking out her work. She has several books. The one that I'm reading right now is called How to Heal Your Life, and it's all so relevant to what I want to talk about on my channel, right? Oh man. You are going to be a superstar, Mystic Mimi. So hey, drop your website in the chat for me so I can go check it out. If you have a website or a channel or whatever you have, whatever platforms you have, I will follow you. If anybody has a platform here, reach out to me on social media. If you're on, I'm still on Facebook. It's the platform that I've been on for such a long time, and I've already been building groups over there. So I have a lot of followers, but I transitioned to Gab. So if you're not on Facebook and you want to find me on Gab, I'm on Gab. I believe I have everything in my description below. I should have put it in there. And if it's not in there, then when I get off, I will put it in there for you. But connect with me on social media and shoot me an email with all of your contact information. And I would love to follow anybody that is watching this. So this morning's self-love ritual, every morning I sit down and I journal. And yesterday I didn't really get a chance to do that. And then I started feeling like resentful towards my family for not being able to take care of my needs. And that's just because we don't ask for what we really want. And speak up for ourselves. And so what did I do? I'm like, you know what? I'm in control of this. And Audrey was still asleep because she sleeps until like 9 o'clock. So it's great. So I put this one in the stroller, and my older daughter, I shot her a text message saying, hey, I'm going for a walk. If Audrey wakes up, you can get her up. And I went for a 30-minute walk out in the sun. It was like right before 8 o'clock. The sun was shining so bright. The birds were singing. There's a lot of honeysuckles around here, and they smell so fragrant. It was a beautiful, beautiful walk yesterday. It was great. Got a nice little exercise. When I got back, I did my Core Beliefs shoulder workout. By the way, I'm putting together, for you guys that are interested, a workout series called Core Beliefs. And so the Core Beliefs workout series, we hold restriction, imbalance and restriction in all areas of our body. But in those same areas, we also hold these core beliefs, and emotions, and that creates pain and injury because those places are weak because of the thought. So I'm putting together a workout series that addresses the deeper muscles to strengthen your core and your posture, and instill truth to help your body heal. So that is coming down the pipeline. I'm not sure if I'll be posting it on the Holistic Moms Super channel. I will definitely be posting it on Fit Mom on Fire TV, which is my personal channel. So if you're not subscribed to that already, there is a badge on the Holistic Mom Super channel that you can jump over and subscribe to my personal channel, which is a good idea to subscribe to all of them anyways, in case, God forbid, I'm censored and taken down. I try not to talk about things that are not supposed to be talked about. It's only a matter of time before they start cracking down on health and wellness stuff too. So yeah, see, he thinks so. That is awesome that you're standing up for yourself, Jenny. I have to like go back up a little bit and see. Okay. I'm sorry. My name, Stacy. Are you talking to me? Yes. Yes. Don't have the website. However, I have a sweet person helping me get there. Awesome. Well, maybe you should do a Gab account, and they actually now Gab is great. They are very user friendly. But if you jump on Gab, they also have the option to create groups there. So I definitely suggest a Gab account because it's censor free. You don't have to worry about them shutting you down ever. We'll see if that changes in the future. It does feel good standing up for yourself and speaking your truth and asking for what it is that you want. I noticed this, so I'm starting to pay attention to like the pains in my body and asking where, like what it is that, they're there for a reason. They're there to show you something. But I was talking to my mom. I realized that there's this pain that I have, a Morton's neuroma in my foot, and I've had it for a long time. And I was asking my higher self the other day, where this comes from, or I was listening to my audiobook, and Louise Hay was talking about the one person that you find it hard to forgive. And that's where the work needs to be done. And I'm like, I'm so easygoing. Like, I don't hold resentment towards anybody. Like, I love everybody. And I forgive pretty easily. And then it hit me, my brother, my 3D religious zealot brother. I love him, but we're not talking. We haven't spoken for a few years. My dad passed away recently, and so he did come up here, and we don't talk, like we don't call each other, we don't text each other. I don't follow him on social media because we had a fight several years ago, physical. He got physical with me, which is not something new. All growing up, my brother was very physical with me, just like my dad. And he's got a lot that he's working on. He's very religious, and he's very asleep. He voted for the big B. And so that's where my work is right now. In my foot, that's where that pain comes from. And that's what I have to do. Well, I was thinking about it yesterday, and I was talking to my mom, but then I held back because I was like, she won't understand. And I bit my lip. I'm like, what the hell? So was I supposed to tell her? It just, when you hold things in, your body does things to get your attention. And so pain is a way that gets our attention. We're holding things in. It's hurting ourselves. We're hurting ourselves. We are hurting ourselves by holding things in. And that's what that meant. Or at least that's what I believe. What is going on this morning? He does not want me to talk. He's like, pay attention to me. Pay attention. I'm right here, baby. You're okay. No, you really need to go back to sleep this morning. Because I know we're gonna go for a walk in a minute. It'll be fun. I'm gonna drink some coffee, do my journaling after I get off here, and then take my butt for a walk because I encourage all of you to every single day move your body. The movement is nourishment for your soul. You need it. Get out, be in the sun, be in nature, and move your body. Hydrate, and eat lots and lots of fresh produce, organic. Honey, I'm going to go in here real quick, y'all, and I'm going to get his binky stuff. More spit up. Gotta love it. I got more spit up on my shoulder. Gotta love it. Go back to sleep. He smiled at me when I said that. My little boy's name is Micah. Micah Landon Freed. And it's funny because my mom was like, Michael Landon? And I'm like, huh, I didn't mean to do that, but I knew that it had a nice ring to it. Michael Landon is the guy that did, I believe, Little House on the Prairie. And he played in Highway to Heaven. But yeah, his name is Micah, which means who is like God. What are you doing? He is I have him up on the counter in his car seat, and it rocks when he's like kicking his legs, and it's rocking him. It's funny. He is. It's very sad. He's I don't even know what to say. He's really not, you can't even have a conversation with him. But so here's the thing is we were in Florida. I went to Florida a month ago and went and picked up my oldest daughter and took her to Sedona on a spiritual retreat. And when we came back, so we were in Florida for a week. I went to Sedona for a week, and then I came back. I was in Florida again for a week before we came back home. Honey, I know. You just want to play this morning. And you always think that you're like so spiritually evolved. I'm so much more spiritually evolved than my family. Yet, you know, my brother, I mean, I was like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. He triggered me and I lashed out at him. So his wife cheated on him. It's been like 5 years already. And left him. She's married and has a kid by the guy that she cheated on him with. He won't take his ring off. He will not get over it. And he, you know, always citing stuff out of the Bible about marriage and how like you're supposed to honor that. And it's like, Jason, she's married to somebody else and has a kid. Like, she cheated on you. It's okay. God doesn't want you to be unhappy. Move on. Work on yourself. His body is really, he's very skinny. He's really, really crappy. But right here at his chest, his caved is literally caved in. So it like dips in. His heart is so closed off. It's so sad. Something happened when we were kids. My dad was an asshole. And when Jason was young, I think he was, you know, around 5 or 6, and my dad owned a lawn service and would make us go out and work with him. Well, you know, Jason, he messed up on the mower, and my dad got really mad and went over and like knocked the shit out of him as like 6 years old, knocked him off the mower. And my dad even said that he's never been the same. It broke his heart, what my dad did. And my dad passed away in January. I don't know if my brother has worked through that. I mean, he didn't even want to, we were like, Dad's on his deathbed. You need to come up here. He didn't even want to take off work. He's like, something about his days off and then having to rent a car. He didn't even want to come up here to see. We're like, he's not going to make it. And so he finally ended up coming up here, but like, it was a burden to him to even come up here and, say his goodbyes. So I feel for him. He's on his own path and I have to, it's releasing that. But so I snapped at him in Florida and I threw a bunch of stuff at him verbally about his ex-wife and how she has a baby from somebody else. She's married. I absolutely said it to hurt him because it's like he doesn't even acknowledge it. He still wears this ring like he's going to get back with her or something. And he would forgive her, yet he can't forgive me for him putting his hands on me. So I still have, I pretty much work through my emotions, but that's that one thing that I'm not addressing, because when we talk about him, I get worked up. So notice whenever you have an inflated emotional response, it reveals, honey, I'm about to get off, okay? I'm about to get off. Hold on for me for just a little bit longer. It will reveal whatever is within you that still needs to be healed. And so it's not him, it's me. It's always here that needs to be addressed. It's never, because your internal state is actually co-creating your thoughts. Your reality was created by what you were thinking and feeling yesterday. I hear you. It's okay. It's okay. I know. I know. Do you not want your binky? What's wrong? No, take it. He's gonna spit it out as soon as I move my hand. And why is that? Curious. Yes, it did. It broke his spirit, Stacy. It did. And he has a lot of work to do, but it's not my job to help him see it. And it's taken me a long time to realize it's not my job to help anybody see anything that's going on in their lives. It's only my job to heal me. And in doing so, I heal the collective. And so, whatever it is, I'm not sure. And with the dynamic with my brother and me, but that needs to be addressed, because I'm sick and tired of having this pain in my foot. Hey, I know, it's okay. Do you have a dirty diaper again? Do you have a dirty diaper again this morning? It's wet. It's wet. Are you tired? Let's go back to sleep. It's okay. Did it throw up all over my shirt again? I'm gonna have to go change this shirt. Well. Really? You have got to explain this to me. I'm intrigued. Yeah, it's amazing how our timelines are splitting, like I'm on this 4D, and because my brother is so 3D, he's like non-existent in my life. It is crazy, but again, doing the inner work. I was just thinking this yesterday with everybody. It's like I'm working so hard on myself. And at times you look out and you're like, I'm the only one doing this, in my family. I'm the only one doing this work. I'm the only one that's trying to heal. And it kind of sucks. But, this is the path. This is, the initiate. I'm on this spiritual path, and I'm going through this for a reason. And it's okay. It's okay if it's just me, but I'm going to heal my family, and I'm going to heal my community. Yep, he's so tired. Look, his eyes are already asleep. His eyes are already closed. He's going to sleep. That's what it is. It's okay, baby. You can go to sleep. You're safe. You are so loved, little man. I know. He really is. He's so precious. I totally understand that. It really sucks because I've tried to, like forgive him for everything that happened. And there was a big fight at my sister's house. Like everybody got involved. It was like white trash, knockout, drag down, like in the front yard. My sister got involved. I was going to call the police, and she took my phone and was going to break it. And I like pulled her hair, and I was swinging at my brother. It was crazy. I went a whole year. I didn't talk to anybody in Florida. And then I finally said, you know what, I can't do this anymore. And I just got in my car, took my daughter, we drove down there and just went to my sister's house. And, when I walked in, she was like, what the fuck? And I just walked over to her and I'm like, I'm sorry for what happened. And she said, I'm sorry too. And it was squashed with her and with my brother-in-law, with everybody else except for my brother. I've apologized to him. Again, what happened was he was triggered. I was mad. I wanted to leave because they were being loud, and I was going to take my daughter and just go ahead and drive back to Georgia. And they were all drinking, and they got, I'm sure I was loud. I'm sure, but from what I remember, I wasn't that irate. They're saying that I was like loud and being really ugly. And my brother jumped up from the table and ran across the room to where I was at and jacked me up against the wall like that. And then he grabbed me and tried to drag me and throw me out the front door. So yeah, I'm like, get your fucking hands off me. I start swinging at him. And so he views it as if it was my doing. Like I was in the wrong first. And this may be true. I shouldn't have I hate saying should. Looking back, I did what I did. I was triggered. He was triggered. We were all triggered. And, I apologized for my part in it, but he refuses to forgive me. And I'm like, that's crazy. You're Christian. Like, what would Jesus do? But don't throw that at a Christian. Don't throw that at a religious Christian because they can't handle it. You're so religious. You're holier than thou. You can't even forgive your sister for putting your hands on her. I don't know. I love my brother. And there is healing that needs to take place because I don't like having this rift, but you're right. I'm not, it's not that I want him in my life. I just don't want there to be unforgiveness. And obviously something needs to happen because I have this like just unbearable pain in my foot. If anybody knows what a Morton's neuroma is, it's like the nerve between your toes. So it's like the 1, 2, is it that one? 2 or 3 from the pinky toe. In between that, And I always thought that it was from my feet being smashed together from wearing heels or wearing really narrow shoes. And I think that that may have exasperated the issue early on, but there was already weakness there. And so that's the thing with these, like we have these physical symptoms, they're just symptoms of a spiritual cause. And so you have to address them on a spiritual level. Even with other areas in your body, like I had hip pain for a long time, and it's a symptom. I did all the things that I could, sports massage, exercise, trying to strengthen it, and never address the emotional issues. And it didn't go away. The pain didn't go away until I addressed the emotional causes. So I'm so excited about this core beliefs workout series that I'm going to be putting together. So I hope you guys are excited about it as well. This would be great. But yeah, I'm willing to let the relationship be at a distance and not really have a connection with him like that, because we are on different levels. But I don't want there to be unforgiveness and like negative feelings towards each other. It shouldn't be like that. I don't want there to be, like, with anybody, I don't want there to be negative feelings. I want to like squash everything. Good morning, Kevin. Yeah, they won't see it. And there's nothing you can do to make them see it. And I guess there is. Stand in your truth. That's what you can do to make them see it. Stand in your truth and don't argue with them. Don't talk about that kind of stuff. I know my brother wants to reach out to me for help with his body. And that is a huge step. This is what my mom told me. He actually tried to talk to me about it in Florida, and we got onto politics, and I snapped. And I, lashed out at him verbally. And so that, kind of put a space between us again, so he does want to reach out to me for help with his body. And my mom was like, and if he does, don't talk about religion and don't talk about politics, because that will, those subjects they're just, people can't handle it. Yeah, what Timothy was saying, it does. I would like to know more about that. Aww. I had a really good relationship with my dad. He was very abusive growing up, verbally, physically, but he had a very bad childhood. I mean, it's almost as if he wasn't even wanted by his family. It's so sad, so I know why he is the way he is, why he was the way he was. But right before he passed away, he came up here and lived in Georgia with us before he passed. So he was here for a year. I got to rekindle that relationship after being gone for so long. And I actually smoked a joint with my dad before he passed away on the front porch. He had, his mind was gone. He didn't really remember a lot until he had the chemo treatment. He didn't even know who we were until he had the chemo treatment. So when like October, he declined. He had no idea who we were when he went into the hospital. He had chemo treatment, and then when he came home. I was in the bedroom. He was in his bed, and I had went in there to see him and tell him to stop trying to get out of bed because he had no strength to stand up. My mom had found him on the floor in a puddle of blood because he tried to stand up and fell. And so I was telling him, stop getting out of bed, and you can't do this, and we're trying to help you. and he grabbed my hand and he put it on his face, and he was like, I love you so much. My mom's like, do you even know who this is? And he's like, yeah, it's my daughter. But mom wouldn't let him smoke because, he hadn't smoked for like a month, and we were like, kind of snuck around, got him outside and smoked a joint with him before he ended up going back into the hospital. And like shortly after that, like a week, he was gone. But I love my dad, so thank you for sharing that with me. Wait a minute. I've like lost where I was at because everything moves. In a situation with my sister, we were separated for 7 years. When we got back together, we agreed that what had been in the past was put under the bridge, and we've been really good ever since. That's awesome. That's the way it should be. And it shouldn't be like what I told my sister when I went and I apologized, is that I apologized for what happened. I didn't say I apologize for what I did, or I apologize, I just apologize for what happened and get over it. There's no your fault. You had this part in it and I had this part in it, but you this, none of that, just for what happened. Yeah, that is so true. But I mean, I thought I forgave him, and the fact that it keeps coming back up means that I didn't. So just some inner work on my part. That's all. Oh, so you'll have to tell me more about this. That's why you have your nephew. I know it's an older one. I don't know who else you have that's not yours. But okay, understanding a little bit more. Got to do what you got to do. If people cannot, especially if they're violent. If they're being violent, they got to go. That's the only reason. I told my husband, he's always like, well, are you gonna stay with me forever? I'm like, the only reason I will leave you is if you ever put your hands on me, or you get loud and you start breaking stuff in the house. We ain't gonna have that. I don't play that shit anymore. I've already been in relationships like that. That's right. Everybody, whatever path they are on. I was talking about this the other day. How when I was in the store, I was able to see things like as if we were in a video game, like The Sims, and everybody's on their own little thing, like an internet game, right? Um, Sims is the only one that I can think of. There's, like, the war games like Call of Duty, how everybody from other places are all in the game too. And so we're in this game, and everybody's, has their own mission and path, if you will. I wish you guys could see this like angelic face of his. It's just so pretty. It's just so precious. My daughter, she is absolutely gorgeous. So if you want to know what my daughter looks like, look up Dave and Ava cartoons on YouTube, and that little girl, that's exactly what my daughter looks like. Well, if it's not as much as you'd like, make time. Make time for the people that you think about, especially if you're thinking about them. It might be that they need you to reach out. They might be struggling with something. Oh my God, he's so cute. I love you guys. I did plan on doing a hour broadcast, but here we are. It's been an hour and it was so fun. It was so fun. Like the chat has been awesome. You guys are just great. I'm so happy to have all of you here with me, whenever I come on. And I just want to apologize. And I know that you guys don't care, but I'm apologizing anyways for being late or for being flaky because I want to get up and do this broadcast every day consistently. And I'm struggling with getting into that routine after what I was telling you guys earlier about being in, working in a corporate job. Mystic Mimi, you were mentioning something about that. So that's the term that I'm using, corporate job. I was in worked for a company that ran me ragged. But I was on a schedule and I was up every morning and getting stuff done. And even working for a company where I'm sitting at the computer, it's like I get up, I do my stuff, I go to work, I sit down, I'm in on a schedule. It's so weird working for yourself. You don't have a structured schedule unless you make it for yourself. And so it's up to you to be consistent. And I'm struggling with getting up in the morning, because I don't get sleep. Like I have to wait for the babies to go to sleep before I can go to sleep. And then usually I have a lot of other things to do before I go to sleep. Like I like to clean the dishes. I like to wake up to a clean kitchen. So I'm going to have to go clean those dishes before I cook breakfast. But, that's life. You are. I need to go out and get some sun this morning. As soon as I get off here, I'm going to make some coffee and get my stroller all set up and go for a walk again and sun gaze. That's okay if you can't see the chat. Just enjoy the sun. The chat's great, though. You're missing it. Girl, you got your hands full. So many kids, but they're older. At least they're not babies. Babies are, when the communication starts, when you can actually communicate with your children, that's when it kind of gets easier. And so my daughter, I found out she can speak Chinese. That's what it sounds like. She's talking now, and it's you can't understand a word she's saying, but it sounds like Chinese. Awesome. So I just so you know, my goal that I strive for is every morning, Monday through Friday at 5:55. I may be late. I may be early. Like the other day, I jumped on. I was like, you know what? I'm here. I'm sitting on my computer. Just get on. I'm like 20 minutes early. It's okay. So yeah, I may be a little late. I may be a little early. And sometimes I may not get on at all. But if I don't, you know that it's either because I'm tired and I'm sleeping in or I've got something going on. But thank you. Thank you for being here with me. Tammy Sprinkler, you're asking me. I'm on, so I have the Holistic Mom Super Channel that Kevin shared with everyone in the Engaged Reiki Sangha. I also have my personal channel, which is Fit Mom. It was my name, Stacy Freed, but I went ahead and changed it to Fit Mom on Fire TV. And there's a little badge on the Holistic Mom Super Channel that you can check that out. So also on the Holistic Mom Super Channel, I have someone that I'm going to be adding. She has a playlist. It's called Primal Woman. I did an interview with her, and so she's going to be a part of the Holistic Mom Super channel. I just got to give her all the information and get her logged in so she can start posting videos. But on that note, if there is anybody out there that is interested in, maybe you've thought about having a YouTube channel before, maybe you have a YouTube channel, but you haven't really posted any videos, or you don't really know how to get started on that, reach out to me, because that's what the Holistic Mom Super channel is. So if maybe you're interested in having a playlist on the Super channel, or if you just want to be interviewed by me, I would love to connect with you. So please, please, please reach out to me. Shoot me an email right here, fitmomonfire@gmail.com, and let's connect. Share your story with me. Oh, you're gonna make me cry. I love my dad so much, and I didn't really process. I mean, I thought I did. Like, I didn't cry when he passed away because I believe, that this isn't the end. And I've been telling my family, like, they were really upset. And I'm just like, but if you believe that this isn't the end, if you believe that there's, like, they're on the other side, that they're not dead, they're just their bodies, not their physical bodies, passed away, that why would you get all upset? But then when I sit and think that I'm never gonna see him again in this life, like, missing him being here. I don't know why I'm crying. That I'm not going to get to see him again, or that I don't get to experience that relationship right now. I have to wait before I get to see him again. It gets to me sometimes. But I didn't get all emotional when he passed. I didn't get emotional when the hardest part of him passing away was how bad he looked at the end. Like, his body was so frail and he had lost so much weight. He was basically a skeleton laying in the hospital bed. That was what was so hard. And that right before he passed away, he was wanting barbecue from this place down the street, and we couldn't get it for him because the place was closed. And so, like, the last meal that he wanted, he didn't get to have. All right, you gotta get out of my arms. You're hot. Well, I did not think that I was going to get on here and cry this morning. So thank you for that, Mystic Mimi. I am as well. I don't have guilt. I just wanted that for him, I mean, it doesn't feel like guilt. It might be. It might be. I'm glad he can have all the barbecue he wants now. I am not an emotional person. So the fact that I'm crying in front of everybody is hilarious. And my mom's on here. Release it, right? Don't hold it in. Everybody, this is my mom. I don't have it like that, Mom, though. It's crazy, you know. It's like not wanting to stop. Like I literally have tears just pouring down my face. Use the burp cloth. Thank you. That's why I'm not trying to hide it. Normally, I mean, like normally, before I started taking CBD, I would never have done this. So, things have changed for me, and I realize that this is healing. Getting on and being vulnerable on camera and on a platform that, you know, anybody can see this. And so, yeah, it's healing for me, and it's also healing for everybody that's watching. So, you know, I wouldn't have it any other way. That's a really funny way of looking at it. But yeah, that's funny. Holding it in causes problems. Holding it in causes pain. Don't hold it in. Ever. I know, Mom. I know it was probably hard being in the RV too the whole time we were in Florida. But at least the RV is okay, and the tornado didn't like shred it up. So we still have all of that. Didn't ruin that back there. You guys are on fire in the chat. Trying to keep up. I'm so glad that you're here too. And that you gave me that message, because obviously it was something that needed to come out. So thank you so much for that. Wow. This chat has just been going off. It's like not wanting to get off. I don't want to get off because it's been so fun. Oops. Sorry, guys. Jumping on the camera. because I'm like, didn't make my coffee, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just make my coffee. I want to drink. Stretch and open. Thank you guys so much for being here. Oh, I know. Yes. Holistic Mom Super Channel. So if you check me out, I will have other content creators jumping on very soon. So the goal is to build the channel up. You know, there's going to be mine, Fit Mom on Fire TV. There's going to be Primal Woman. And I have other ladies that are interested. They're just kind of like, you know, like they're scared to take that step, you know. If you feel this calling, if you feel this in your life that you want to share your journey, share your experiences or any expertise that you have, like now is the time, because this is very healing for you to get on and share your story on the airwaves, and it's going to help the collective heal as well. So this is it. Raise your vibration, heal hearts and humanity. Join us. Reach out to me if you're interested in being on the Super Channel with me, or if you're just interested in being interviewed by me, reach out to me, please. I would love to connect with you. Gotta plug that there. Thank you. I definitely feel, you know, and I talk to him sometimes. Not all the time, but I talk to him like he's right there. Like I know he can hear me. I told him before he passed away, I was like, you do realize that when you pass away, you're going to know the truth about everything. You're going home. Like, how awesome is that? That's so cool. He was just like, like, but you're going to know the truth, and you're going to know that I was right. Yes, Mom is going to be on YouTube. Thank you for sharing that, Stacy. My mom will be on YouTube. Her channel is Gina Gale. I've just got to get her set up on StreamYard, and kind of we're going to get a little background, like this little thing that she can put behind her at her house. But she's going to be sharing her story, sharing her life story on YouTube. So it'll be fun. Please go and subscribe to her channel. It should be. I think it is. If it's not, that's the email. I'd have to check to see what's in my description. I can't remember what I put in it, but yeah. So this is my email that you can connect with me. I look forward to seeing you in my inbox. And this baby is awake again because I put him down. Oh my goodness, Rosie from Sweden. I'm reaching somebody in Sweden. That is crazy. Listen, I didn't think that I was ever going to be worldwide, but I'm on this global movement to raise vibrations, help raise vibrations, heal hearts and humanity. And I said it's a global movement. And look, I'm reaching Rosie from Sweden. How are you, Rosie? What time is it there, girl? It's in the morning, 7:34 in the morning here. What? Just what? Well, it's funny because he's always looking. When he looks at me, he'll look at me, but then he'll look over there, and then he'll look over there. I'm like, he's looking. There's stuff going on, you know. There's others with me, and I think that they can see them when they're that little. Like, I don't think Audrey does it that much anymore, but when she was a baby, she did, just like he does. Honey. poopy diaper for me to go change. All right. I have got to get my day started. I would love to hang out with you guys for so much longer, but I will be on tomorrow. If you will be there, I will be there, and we can have this chat again. All right, so we're gonna go. I'm gonna get some coffee, and then we are gonna go for a walk after I. Yeah, I definitely think so. Holy crap, it's in the afternoon there. Wow, that's really cool. Well, I'm so glad you're joining me. I am sorry that I'm going to be jumping off. I've been on for an hour and a half, so you can go back and watch it from the beginning. It was a really awesome conversation with all of you guys. I really appreciate you all being here with me. Okay. You. Just hang out for a second while I get off. I'm going to go breathe. I'm going to go get some fresh air and some sunlight and some exercise. I'm going to go oxygenate my body, hydrate my body, all of that fun stuff. So I hope everybody has an amazing day. And be sure to, put yourself first today and speak up for yourself, stand up for yourself. I love you all so much. I will see you tomorrow. I hope you have an amazing day. We are all in this together, guys.